I am going to tell you 17 life lessons I wish someone had told me as a teenager. Lesson number 1 is you need to extend your timeline. I can tell you that I have missed out on so many hang out with the friends, grab a beer with the friends, watch the football game. My childhood and my teenage years had none of that, which is why I want you to understand, extend the timeline. You want to become a millionaire? Great. Give yourself 5 years. Give yourself 10 years. You don't need to rush. Next life lesson is walk with purpose. So when you walk down the street, I'm not saying that you need to sprint. Keep your shoulders back. Look straight. Walk with a clear direction. Look like you know where you're going. Now, the next thing is to focus on practicality and not purpose. I hear this whole thing of, oh, I'm not starting because I just need to find my purpose. I need to find my passion. Stop it. Focus on practicality. Focus on learning skills that are practical. Focus on starting businesses or careers that are practical. Focus on getting an apprenticeship or even a low-paying job that isn't the destination of where you want to get to, but is practical and will teach you the core foundation and the core principles to then go on and succeed in your 20s. Focus on becoming a gentleman. In this world, and especially in the West, I see some of the most disgusting behavior from men. You're taking a girl to dinner, you pick her up, you drop her home, you do the gentlemanly thing. I cannot express how important these things are to learn in your teenage years. The next thing is I want you to enjoy the journey. I want you to remember that these are your glory years. These years right now as a teenager, and especially in your early teens even, these are the years you're gonna look back at with fondness because these are the years that you built. You built your character, the person that you are going to become. Now, if you're in your teens, I want you to start investing now. And I don't care if it's $10 a week or $30 a week or $50, whatever you can do, even if it's $5 a week. It's not about the money, and all it comes down to is simply good habits. The next life lesson, if you're a teenager, is build high income skills. A high income skill could be content creation, it could be sales, it could be copywriting. These are things that no matter what, and these will always be highly paid skills. So please do not get caught up in short-term fads, short-term trends. Ask yourself, if I learn this skill today, will this pay dividends in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? And if the answer is yes, well then maybe you should consider learning it. Now, the next life lesson, this especially applies to men, is focus on building muscle and your physique. Especially between the ages of 16 to 21, 22, if you can get in the gym, if you can do exercise, whatever you decide to do, building muscle at a young age, you're gonna have that mind-muscle connection and you're gonna keep that on and you're gonna carry that through for the rest of your life. The next life lesson is be confident, but acknowledge your age and your lack of wisdom. Wisdom is solidified through decades and decades of experience. So if you are in your teenage years, be confident, walk through life with confidence. Don't let your age, especially when it comes to business and your career, don't let that weigh you down. But in moments of peace and quiet, acknowledge that no matter how well you're doing, wisdom is only truly forged through decades and decades of life experience. The next life lesson, and once again, this relates specifically to the men, is get comfortable talking to girls. If you're even 15, get used to speaking to girls. Don't let yourself become one of these 25-year-olds that goes on to become a multimillionaire, but is just creepy around women. The next lesson is keep your word, and start learning this lesson from a young age. Your word is your reputation, and your reputation is the most important thing that you have. So learning from a young age to show up, to keep your word, that will build trust and that will build respect, and that will carry on for the rest of your life. The next life lesson, and once again, I know this relates specifically more to the men, is in your 20s. Doesn't matter if it's your early, mid, or late 20s. These are your years to build. If you do things correctly, your 20s will set you up for the rest of your life. Your 20s, mentally prepare yourself because this truly will be your make or break period in your life. The next life lesson is learn to say no more than you say yes. Learn to say no when people want to go out. Learn to say no to business opportunities. I can tell you right now that yes has ruined more people's lives than no ever has. People saying yes to getting in relationships they shouldn't be in, people saying yes to starting businesses that they shouldn't, people saying yes to going out when they shouldn't. As I said, learning to say no will be one of the most invaluable skills that you can learn from a young age. The next lesson is learn how to dress well. Learn how to find good quality clothes from a young age. Learn how to find clothes that fit you well, not too tight and not too loose. Learn how to layer clothes, and then also learn how to start getting stuff tailored. You can buy trousers that are $30 or $40 and go take them to a tailor. They'll get them tailored for you for $15, $20, $30. And I know that's an additional cost, but you will look far better than the people spending hundreds of dollars on all this designer, this and that, etc., etc. The next thing is you need to learn how to keep strong boundaries. And this is probably one of the biggest reasons I've been able to have the success that I've had. The back of, from a young age, learning to say no, as I mentioned earlier on, and learning how to have strong boundaries with the people around me. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about, and I know that for some of you, I have atheists watching, so maybe you might roll your eyes. Whatever you want to believe in, go for it. Build your relationship with the Creator. Whatever the Creator means to you, whatever religion you follow, whatever it is, maybe you're just spiritual, but build a relationship with whatever the Creator means to you, because I can tell you, you will have some of the highest highs in your life and you will have some of the lowest lows if you live life properly. The only way to stay sane and not go crazy in those periods is to be humbled by the Creator, as I said, whatever that means to you. The last and arguably the most important life lesson for teenagers is take ownership of your life. Something great happens in your life, great, you can take responsibility for it, as well as the Creator. Something bad happens in your life, great, take responsibility for it. Radical ownership of your life. No excuses, it is only you and you to blame. If you follow these 17 life lessons, these 17 principles, you will live a life of abundance. You will live a life of honor that you could never even imagine.